Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
Make sure to check out hankstrange.com. You can sign up for our email list and find ways to follow and support our efforts.
Boy, did we get a lot of good feedback that we're on the right track, and that is with Providence.
Yes.
And
Okay, yeah.
yes. So it is and it could be argued that it is. I mean, we hold the patent to it. It exists. We're just fine tuning before we bring it to the market for consumer purchase. It is the first firearm that fires every time the trigger is pulled, yet it is not a semi-automatic action.
Right.
How can that be, right? So you had brought up a revolver, and that's kind of a good analogy to use, but it's not exactly it, or it wouldn't be patentable technology. But as you pull the trigger, it basically pulls back the bolt, loads another round in as it's going forward, and fires, and it will not cycle that round. So the gun itself is designed to be the safest, the quietest, and the cleanest firearm ever invented. And why we can say that is, and again, people are like, well, it's kind of a lot, to pack into one design. It was the mother of necessity, right? They say invention's the mother,
Necessity
the mother of invention. Yeah, I had to remember my Schoolhouse Rock theme, right?
Yeah, don't have a W moment, like
right.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Don't fool me twice, because can't fool me again.
And so it's strategery. And so the all these things kind of started coming into play as we were looking at how can we develop an action that could work within the confines of the law of not only the restrictive states that we're aware of here in the U.S., but also other countries.
Australia, England.
Yeah. And the idea is that, there will never be a live round in the chamber, because as you pull the trigger back, it will be pulling the bolt back and then releasing all at once, locks that, pushes a round in, locks the bolt, so that when it fires, everything is going out the muzzle, right? And so it is perfect for suppression because there is none of that blowback is going through the action. So everything will be blown out through the muzzle. So it's great to be suppressed sound wise, right? So quietest, everything can be suppressed and quiet going out that end. It's not coming through the action. So that improves on the level of cleanliness, right? If you're not getting all that fouling and all that, carbon buildup in the action itself, it could be argued that it could be among, if not the most cleanest, among the cleanest. And then again, the safest, because at no given time will there ever be a live round in the chamber. And so when you factor all those things in, as we further develop and bring that to market, we're really hoping that it works with, again, not only in the restrictive states to meet their concerns about safety issues, which will play along with there. But again, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, numerous European countries, potentially Canada, that it fits their restrictions as well, so that hopefully we bring a firearm to these markets. And again, not just a firearm, but what does a firearm represent? It's a tool that allows you to exercise your God-given right to self-defense, period. If countries and governments are going to take away that right, Franklin Armory's ethos is to always continue to try to do our best to find a way of getting that right back into your hands, because you deserve that right. It is a God-given right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's still in development, you're saying, right?
Correct. And bless you, Patrick.
Yeah. I think you're muted. Oh, there you go.
I muted on purpose because I didn't want to sneeze.
Right.
Yeah. So again, the feedback we got, we're really happy that we brought it. Granted, if to bring a product like that to market, we have to make sure that it's ready for prime time, if you will, right? Because so many, do I dare say, so many great products come to market and it wasn't the right time, and hence they do have to fold, right? We just talked about an example. We want to make sure that because of the amount of time, money, everything else that's been invested in this, to go into production is going to cost even more. So for us to take it to that next level, because it's not like we're just developing a new trigger, right? We can get parts made because it's simple. This is arguably the first new firearm action in potentially over 100 years. And so to do that, we want to make sure we're doing it right. And we hope it's not too far in the future, but yeah, that is Providence, and we hope it lives up to its name.
Yeah. Walt?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, you have to have a profitable market.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have the coolest stuff in the world, but if it's either a Ferrari that nobody has money for a Ferrari, or a need, it'll just sit there and you'll look, and people will just look at it and talk bad about it. So
Yeah.
you know.
A need, and if you will, I mean, again, we're developing this, and so we have R&D parts, but now all of a sudden you look, if it's what we hope that it will become, not only are we going to have to look at production for restrictive states, but imagine the global demand on this.
That's a big deal.
We talked about, the 17 Winchester Super Magnum, high in demand. There's a lot of people who really want that. And, maybe caught Winchester by surprise, I don't know. But you have to be able to tool yourselves to make that, meet that demand with the supply. And that's, of course, that's the Achilles heel of any business, right? Is to come out with a really awesome product and then not be able to supply that demand.
I mean, but it could be done. Look at every time they put a hold on the hold of selling 30-round magazines in California. How many magazines come out of the woodwork and get sold?
Yeah, California is a cluster.
Yeah.
I mean,
Make sure to check out hankstrange.com. You can sign up for our email list and find ways to follow and support our efforts.